Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. My name is Titin Aprilianti. My student ID number is 202910003. And now I'm in a 6th semester at A class. My major is English Language Education at Mandalika University of Education. Well, this video is to fulfill my assignment by Mr. Hairazi, who taught me about teaching English as a foreign learners. Well, in this video, I would like to explain to all of you about the role of teacher at the class while learning, exactly in English language. Well, before I jump into the material, let me tell you about that the teacher is a very dominant determining factor in education. In general, because the teacher plays a role in the learning process, where the learning process is the core of the whole educational process. So that's the role of the figure of teacher. Well, meanwhile, youth is the future of the nation. This youth is called like the students in this current situation. So youth is the future of the nation. Youth, especially students, play an important role in society in terms of how society is shaped from generation to generation. The period of formation of an individual is during the phase of becoming a learner, and hence is known of as the important periods in life. What is shown today is what will be repeated later. So the student's role now is like we have to prepare these students to become a face the future at the end of the day. Okay, well, we jump into the main material in this video is the role of teacher. So as we know, at class the most important role in the figure of teacher. Here are several roles of the teacher in learning at the class. So the first is teachers as educators. As educators, teachers must be able to be role models for students and the surrounding environment. For this reason, teachers must have superior standards of personal qualities such as authority, responsibility, disciplines, helpfulness, and so on. So that's the role of teachers. So not only at the class, but the teacher must influence that students by their environment. The next is teachers as a teacher. Teachers as teachers mean that teachers become a bridges for students to develop, learn everything they don't know, and shape students' competence. So the next, there is a teacher as a guide. The teacher as a guide meaning that the teacher has to role to provide guidance based on the knowledge he has to students. That guidance can be both academic and non-academic. Just something like emotional and mental, just something like that. And next, the role of teacher is a teacher as coach. To understand everything, must be diligent in practicing as well as learners. In this case, the teacher's role is to train students in honing their abilities. Well, next we're having teachers as advisors. The teacher's role as an advisor means that the teacher must be able to provide input and advice to students, both intellectual and emotional. So that's the relation about the teacher and students. Not only at the class, but students have to understand about what the feeling of their student, so they can engage their emotional, so they can do the learning process like easily and calmly, just something like that. And the sixth, there are teachers as reformers. The purpose of the reformer is that teachers can give new meaning to the lives of students through the experience they have. The 7 is teachers as models and role models. A Japanese proverb says, "Guru is treated and imitated." The point of the saying is that the teacher becomes a role model and example. Every action of the teacher will be a reflection of the action of his learners or of their students. Therefore, it is appropriate for teachers to be good models and role models for their students. And the 8, there are teachers as researchers. Teachers as researchers mean that teachers must always look for their weak points as an educator. Not only that, every obstacle found during being educator must be solved, one of which is through research. The 9, we have teachers as the drivers of creativity. The creativity of students will be further honed if they are in the right environment. One suitable environment to hone the creativity of students is school. So when in school, teachers must be able to provide examples of how to be a creative human being. Rather, it can be a driver of students' creativity. 10, there are teachers as emancipator. As emancipators, teachers must be able to understand the potential of their students and realize the importance of being in harmony with culture. The next we have, last but not least, is teachers as evaluators. To see the development of students, one of the efforts that teachers can do is to conduct evaluation. Evaluation can be in the form of a routine assessment activities, both from cognitive, affective, and psychomotor aspects. Well, that's the role of teachers while they're doing in teaching activities at the class. So here we having the role of students while they're teaching learning activities. So teaching with teaching activities and students with learning activities. Students are the core of teaching and learning process. This is stated by Kant at 1997. Students are the center of the teaching and learning process, so they have to be involved in almost all the process of the class interaction from planning to evaluation. To encourage engagement in self, Brown at 1987 emphasized the importance of attention to student learning motivation. The foreign language learner's voice is intrinsically meeting in needs, and learning the language will be positively motivated to learn. When students are motivated to learn, they usually pay attention, become actively involved in the learning, and direct their energy to the learning task. So that's the role of being a teacher. So they have to motivate their students. Then while the students being motivated, the students can be active and more active with the interaction by both of them, by teacher and students. So that's all from my explanation. I hope all of you can enjoy my video, can easily to understanding what I already told you, what I already explained to all of you. Maybe that's all from this session video. Thanks for your attention and thanks for watching. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.